Welcome back, everybody. Okay, we went and inspected the show arena roofing and gutter system, and now we're going to open the floor for discussion.
Madam Chair, I'd like to start discussion from this side of the room, if permitted. Thank you. This is my take. I was kind of a bystander there, kind of in the background of while you guys were inspecting. I was listening to everyone that had some feedback. But I'm going to be honest with you. With positions like ours as county commissioners, we have strengths and weaknesses. And I first to admit that one of my weaknesses is really to be analyzed, inspect, and really determine what's in the best interest of what we just observed. So this would be my recommendation as Commissioner of District 1, which falls within the fairgrounds, that we possibly look at a commissioner, Mr. Spinks, and maybe two or three individuals in our community that are experts at some of this labor that's going to have an expertise that's going to have to be completed to take care of a project as this one. So that's where I stand, Madam Chair. I don't think I'm ready to actually vote for or against the repair options. Obviously, it's pretty depleted. We know by observation that the repairs are warranted, but I stand where I would like to defer to a commissioner. That's maybe this is one of his strengths. I would say Commissioner Lee, Commissioner Savage, Commissioner Dixon. I don't know how much you guys know about stuff like this, but that would be my recommendation, to seek a couple of individuals that are experts in this type of work, a commissioner and possibly Mr. Spinks, to go observe and bring a recommendation back to us. So that's where I stand at this point.
Agree with that.
With that, Ms. Hamilton, you was wanting action today. How long, if not today, is it a decision that we can make in 2 weeks? I mean, or how soon is the contractors wanting to be here to start this project?
So, Commissioner Lee, what we're dealing with, of course, is the rising prices in the metal and such, but the insurance company has been made aware of that. If y'all do not feel comfortable on making the decision, then this is something that we can move forward to the next meeting, but it's something that needs to be done very soon because we need to have time to order in the materials, get the materials in, and get all of the repairs done before we get into any kind of rental or show season. For those, we've got some jackpots that typically do come during the summer months and some other stuff, so we just want to have those repairs made before then. And of course, the insurance company is wanting to handle this claim. It's from last June, and we started this work in the fall, so as soon as possible. But if the pleasure of the commission is to wait and make a decision April 6th, then we can certainly table it and have it on the agenda for the April 6th.
What's your opinion on this?
Yes, sir. Mr. Nixon did, and he advised the county because Gary and I had looked at it before and we discussed it in an ICIP planning open meeting talking about possibly the need for a new hog barn. But Mr. Nixon came in and said, honestly, he felt like that we could jack up the back side of the building, reinforce with some concrete. Yes, sir. The northwest side. Yes, sir. And have it taken care of there. And then the majority of the other work was facade. You know, some new stucco, replacing the screens up top, some of the wood frame. There is some damage to some of the wood rafters that you'll note underneath from some of like where they're inlaid right there putting up to the barn. So we're not sure exactly what we're going to get into when he opens up that roof, but those three projects have to come together. And so that's the struggle there, is that when they start doing one barn, they need to do all three, because if they start on the show arena on the south end, they need to know what to do. Like on the poultry barn, they need to know what to do on the hog barn. So if y'all would like to wait and see, and you want to, Mr. Spinks to have another vendor or two come out and look, we've had 2, 3 vendors, 4 vendors doing different works on all of these roofs, and so we can look at some additional ones. We love the idea of trying to keep it local, so we're welcome to that with any other local licensed roofing contract.
What will happen if we get in there and they take out that wall and they're going to brace it up? Do we have any idea how much money we're looking at bracing up, jacking up that wall over the cost of putting the roof on? You know, we could be into a lot more than just a roof fixing that back wall.
Well, the roof is what's covered by the insurance company. So the roof is what we're focused on. I understand that it's joint and it's all one building, but they're 2 separate projects. So the county would be responsible for anything that you wanted to do with the facade of the building or the structural adjustments at the back. But he did review everything else in the structure and said that he did not see any significant concerns as to why that building would be done. And he felt like it would be more cost effective to repair what we had than to start over. But that was, again, one opinion to be considered. So there are several, I'm sure, that we can look at. We just need to have a decision to know what to do with the insurance allocation so that we can get that one resolved.
I would like to say, I would just like to, my opinion on this whole thing is, I would like to just table this decision until another meeting, but I would like to, like Commissioner Lopez said, I'd like to have a committee, you know, and I would nominate Commissioner Lee to be a part of that and pick your people that you want to come out and look at it with you, with Mr. Spinks, and see what y'all come up with and then make a decision.
When we do this, I don't know if we just need maybe the fair board, the superintendent of the hog barn.
I think Mr. Savage has been in touch with the superintendent of the hog barn there to know some.
Go for it. About the status of the hog barn. His opinion is it's a good facility, especially compared to other facilities that we visited around the state. We have a very workable and good facility. If anything, his suggestion was the wash rack system and rotation system during the show would be one of his major concerns. That would be his main thing when we're talking about the wash rack system. So I think that it needs to be something from someone needs to be on the committee from the fair board. Eddie thinks that this is the best hog barn in the state. I beg to defer. But I don't think that an internal system or drainage system, that gutter system on the inside looks to me like it's a recipe for disaster. I think that's going to have to be corrected one way or another. Of course, Erling that's rotted out on the sides, that's going to have to be taken care of one way or another. So if we'd like to postpone this for further investigation, I would be in favor of that. But if we're going to do something, and have the money to do it, I'd rather do something that has a lasting effect that we don't have to go back later and patch again. Oh, well, that didn't work. Go patch again. Going to fix, need to be fixed right, even if it costs more money, because as time goes by, things get more and more expensive. So if you nickel and dime it now, you're going to pay a lot more later. So whatever we do, I would like to do it and do it right to eliminate having to go back and patch up again, just continual patchwork. So I think maybe y'all have a good idea to postpone until we can investigate a little bit further as far, again, maybe get a second opinion on the integrity of the building and get more people's opinion about the cost. But as it stands now, if I had to make a decision now, I would vote in favor of the original proposal. Fix both sides. But I'm willing to postpone and hear more reasoning on it.
I think we're all in agreement that what I would call the south end of the building is perfectly a good place to do the cricket system, because the purlins on it are rotted out. It's a very well, the building is in good structural shape to the south of the show arena. My only concern is when we pull the roof off the top of the hog barn, and we get to see the internal wood where they put the drainage system, the internal drain. I'm really afraid that's all going to be rotted out. And I don't know if there'll be enough structural integrity to do another pitch and lay all that other wood and roofing on to hold up. That's where I'm at on that, Gary. I'm just afraid that the ends of those deals setting over where they might have rotted. And it's hard to say until we get the roof off the hog barn what we should do there. To me, the other side, I'm all for the cricket system.
We're in agreement on that.
I think
I understand
that
what you're
side's
saying,
good.
and I agree.
Do you, I understand what you're saying as well. So you want us to, I don't know, we just have to get up and take some of that metal off and look at it. I don't know, do we need to do it or have somebody on the roof company do it?
I'd have the roofing company do it and look at
That
it.
might be the best bet, just to expose it and see what you have
And
there.
they could go ahead and start their, I mean, they're not going to do two at once. They're going to
No,
work
sure.
on one side.
Right.
But if they could go pull the tin off that side, see what we had, and then that gives us enough time while they're putting their cricket on the south end
Sure.
to make our decision. Unless the insurance
Is it possible to like modify this motion to where we could do, I mean, this is just my opinion, to go ahead and do this side, go
Mhm.
ahead and vote on whether or not everybody's in favor of doing the cricket on this side between the poultry and
Yes, in the show arena.
show arena, and then the other side,
Let's
get
take
the
the tin.
committee, get the.
Well, let's get it
Change
taken
some
off where we
Yeah.
can make a decision with a visual instead of what ifs under there. I'm not big on this what if.
Because I think that if you go, when they take the tin off, you hear what they have to say and get your people or whatever, whoever, the fair board and whatever, to decide what y'all think is the best bet for that side.
So Commissioner
Bring that
Link, just to touch on that, they did look at the,
In the poultry barn, you have your wood runners. That's where everything's screwed to.
Mhm.
They're going to have to replace some of that wood. It's
Mhm.
just the slats on top. It's not a great amount, but they will have to change some of that.
Yes.
Yeah. But like I said, if you go to a hog barn, it'll just have to be it's going to be a different story, I'm sure.
Yeah.
and they have acknowledged that in their inspection, because they have to come out and look and appraise and then submit a report to the county and the insurance company, and for all of us to go through the process before we can authorize
So
which each
in
individual
their bid
repair.
process, they have figured in replacing some of those rafters, splicing them in.
Not the rafters, it's just the slats.
Well, I'm worried about the rafters on top of the slat, Gary.
Yes, sir. On the hog barn, on
Yes.
the poultry barn.
The poultry barn, I think it's good.
Fine, yeah. But on the hog barn, we'll just have to go into it and see.
Yes.
I don't know what they determined on that. I do not. I'll need to get with Bruce and see.
Well, I would be ready to make a motion to cricket the south end and postpone the decision to be made on either one on the north end till the tin's removed and we can see what we're there. If that was something that with maintenance would be with.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I mean,
Just as soon as we
So-
can get them moving on anything. That is totally possible. So Commissioner Dixon, you were asking, you can split this and do anything you want. It's not a formal resolution or a title. If y'all want one motion just to authorize the repair of the poultry barn and the installation of the cricket system where that connects with the show arena, you can certainly do that. And then we just need a specific date of when you're going to readdress. So this meeting is March 16th. The next meeting isn't until April 6th. So there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to have a small group. I wouldn't say the entire fair board and everything. You know, there's like
Well,
three
we'll
or
have
four
to,
of y'all that y'all want to get together.
we'll have to wait till next and pull off 2 or 3 pieces of tin where we think the worst spot is and get us a visual and make a decision from there.
But y'all could table the rest. Or you don't even honestly have to table because you're choosing to take action on the part that you want, because this is under new business. So you can, or you don't have to take action. So if you want to take action on a part of it, that's completely up to the discretion of the commission. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Madam Chair, members of the board, so what I'm hearing right now, we're all in consensus that the poultry, the cricket system can be put in on the poultry side, right? That changes my view on things, as this line item was originally presented. So would that mean that we can amend it? That we could do this project in phases, starting with phase 1, improving that, and go from there?
Yes, Commissioner Lopez, and there's no need for an amendment. It's just, this is a discussion item. The motion is however the commission chooses to phrase it. So if you want to choose to introduce a motion that's specific to just one barn, then that is at the discretion of the commission. You have that flexibility.
Okay, well, I'll defer to Commissioner Lee, if he wants to make that motion.
I have one more question too. How old is the show arena cover? When was it built onto the poultry and hog side? Because since I was a little kid, I'm getting out there, Rod.
I've got blue, find them and look for sure. I don't know. We do have a set of prints for that building and also for the pavilion. The pavilion was in 86. And I think they're both around the same time. So, but I'll look on the prints and I can get back to you on that. I don't remember exact date on
So we're talking 21
it.
plus. Oh no, 41.
41, yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting older. 80. How's it?
And I may be off on that,
That's
but
41.
I'll look at I'll find the prints and look. And
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So,
And to my knowledge, has any of the gutters been worked on
not to
since
my
then?
knowledge, no, sir.
Well, I'm ready to make a motion that we go all ahead and start the cricket process on the north side of the barn between the show arena and the poultry barn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Yes.
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 Motion carries to do between the hog barn, between the show arena and the poultry barn with the cricket. Just wait
And
another.
I'll make a motion we have a committee, or we'll have a committee to go inspect it after a few pieces of tin and discuss it at the next meeting in April, 6th? Yeah, we'll discuss what the committee saw. And I'm willing to get together with the fair board, Mr. Spinks, Miss Hamilton, so I can get her up on the ladder. And well, I'm afraid of heights. I need you to take pictures while you're up there, Miss Hamilton.
I'll second that. Got a motion and a second?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
motion carries. Media communication, can't even speak. There is not here either. Meeting adjourned.